Hello. I would like to extend a very warm welcome to all our LLM applicants. My name is Dr. Elena Gazzelli, and I am Module Coordinator for International Criminal Law, which I teach at a postgraduate level. With this brief video, I would like to say a few things about myself, about my expertise, and at the same time introduce you to some of the topics we will be covering in this specific module. I studied law at the National and Kapodistrian University of Athens, after which I qualified as a lawyer in Cyprus, where I worked for 2 years. After that, I came to the UK to pursue postgraduate studies, which I obtained from Durham University. First, I obtained a Master's of Laws in International and European Legal Studies, and then I continued my studies with a doctoral degree in Public International Law. I joined Newcastle Law School in 2005, and since then I have been developing my teaching and research expertise in this area of law. My research focuses on state responsibility, in particular the legal consequences that arise when states violate their international obligations. You can understand the relevance and the contemporary character of this issue, particularly in the context of the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. I have also published on sanctions imposed by the United Nations Security Council, particularly in the context of counter-terrorist activities. And I have investigated whether these kind of sanctions comply with international human rights standards or not. In recent years, my research has focused on forced displacement caused as a result of armed conflict and serious human rights violations. As a result of that, I published an edited book in 2018, and this book and my work has been cited in proceedings before the International Criminal Court, and in particular, it has been cited by the prosecutor of the court in the proceedings concerning the alleged deportation of the Rohingya from Myanmar to Bangladesh. I have, even more recently, I have published on whether denying forcibly displaced persons to return home constitutes a crime against humanity. And I have also looked at what are the implications for the rules-based order from the UK's continuing refusal to return the Chagos Archipelago to Mauritius. More recently, I was privileged to complete a 5-month visiting professional placement at the office of the prosecutor of the International Criminal Court. During my placement, I was working with the team in the prosecution division, and I completed my placement in February 2022. So what I hope to bring in this module in international criminal law is expertise which has developed over a number of years through my research, through the practical experiences which I have developed initially in my work as a lawyer, and more recently through my visiting professional placement with the Office of the Prosecutor at the ICC. So some of the topics that we cover together relate to what international criminal law is, how its rules come into existence, what kind of crimes are punished under international criminal law, In which fora and before which courts international crimes can be prosecuted. And in this context, we place particular emphasis on international criminal tribunals, such as the International Criminal Tribunal for the former Yugoslavia, the International Criminal Tribunal for Rwanda, and our first ever permanent International Criminal Court. We look at specific crimes in depth, in particular crimes against humanity, such as deportation, sexual violence, and murder, as well as crimes which are committed specifically in the context of armed conflict, such as war crimes. We will also look at the crime of genocide, what it means, its concept, and whether the definition as developed in international criminal law is satisfactory in the light of contemporary developments, with some favoring and advocating for the establishment for the inclusion of ecocide as part of genocide. And we will also look at the crime of aggression, which, as you can understand, is very relevant in the context of the conflict which is ongoing in Ukraine. We will also have the opportunity to look at some of the potential defenses, but also some of the modes of liability when it comes to international crimes. The way that this module is taught is seminar-based, which means that students are given specific readings and questions in advance, and students are expected to come well prepared to discuss these topics in class. So we take also a critical perspective in the issues that we address, and we always strive to update the curriculum, to update the resources, the relevant resources, and ensure that the content of the module addresses some of the key, the most contemporary legal issues in the area of international criminal law. This module is really fascinating. You do not need to have studied international criminal law before. You don't need to have studied law in your previous studies. But it is certainly a very challenging and very stimulating and very interesting module. So I hope that you will find this brief video very helpful in finalizing your modules for next year. And I certainly very much hope to meet all of you at some point in September, and to have many of you in this module in my class. In the meantime, good luck with your selections, and hopefully I will see you soon. Thank you very much for your attention, and goodbye.